Good morning, Miami Vineyard communication team. Pastor Nick here, doing this November meeting online for the first time. Super excited about this. I just sent out an email with a link to this. If you're watching, excuse me, I'm going to text out this link for everybody right now. Just to get everybody who might be struggling with this. So give me a minute while I go through this. And whatever you're going to do, get your coffee. Got my tea this morning. I don't know what that means. It looks like somebody's out there watching. So if you're watching, thanks for watching. Sending this out. Paste. Boom. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday morning already. It's a beautiful morning out there. I got to sit on the back porch a little bit, read my Bible a little bit, drink some tea. My boys, those of you who don't know, I have two teenage boys. They are out rollerblading already this morning. So I'm hoping eventually they'll come back. We'll see, somewhere in the neighborhood. Okay, who else? Ruth, here we go. And for those of you, I am going to archive this. So for those of you who were not able to connect with us on Saturday morning, maybe you're watching this later. Thank you so much for watching this later. I like this. I think this is going to be good. Gives us an opportunity to meet more often. We will still have meetings. Still have regular get-together face-to-face meetings. Going to try and do that quarterly. But this is going to be monthly. I'm going to do this monthly. And I'm also excited about this, getting this site going, this YouTube channel, in case you haven't noticed. This is a YouTube channel that I established for the communications team. And so I'm looking forward. I realize we can share a lot of stuff here. I want to be able to share some instructional, educational stuff for you all here, sort of make this a hub for what is happening with our team. I think YouTube is a cool thing. And if there are those of you out there who are, I'm just pulling up notes here, seeing if this is, oh yeah, it says we're live over here. Oh yeah, there's me. Okay, just making sure. If you can't hear me, I'm seeing the little microphone thing. It looks like we're capturing sound, but if you can't hear me, somebody text me, let me know. I will get that fixed. All right? So let's just get this going. I'm going to start with a prayer. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for these people, this communication team, the skills that you've given them, the heart that you've given them, the courage that you've given them to serve. I just think that's so exciting that they're willing to do that. I know it's been a big deal for me, God. The Bible talks about how when we give our talents to you, you multiply them. So thank you for calling these people to give their talents to you, and I pray that you would multiply their talents in whatever it is they're doing. In Jesus' name I pray. All right, so this is the agenda I got for us this morning. And again, Patrick, I see you're there. Good morning, sir. Thank you for checking in. Let me see what else. Oh, again, just want to thank you all for what you're doing. I wanted to share some wins with you, things that have been happening in the ministry and church that I think are exciting things. I want to thank Courtney and Anibal for helping us with our Instagram. We had a meeting with Courtney, super helpful. Anibal is the guy who gets our daily Bible readings up on Instagram. We've made, I think, some huge improvements to our Instagram over the last couple of weeks that are helping us to get more people involved with that. And the more people who are involved, the more people who are engaged, the more people who are seeing us. So thank you, too, for making that happen. Stay tuned to Instagram in the weeks and months to come. I think that our involvement there is going to, engagement there is going to go way up. And I've started to keep a stat sheet on that for the people we're connecting with and the way people are using that. It's amazing. Through our Instagram profile, people can actually get directions to the church. They can call the church. They can hit a button there on Instagram and actually call. And this happens regularly. So I'm starting to keep stats on that. If that's something that you're interested in keeping up with, let me know. I'll send you the link to our I keep that in Google Sheets, and you can just get the link to that and check that out. Also, YouTube. We're here on YouTube. We've been doing some upgrades to our YouTube channel, which I'm super excited about. Our YouTube channel. Emily Rivero, part of our staff, she has really been helping us to make our profile there easier for people to understand. So if you want to check out that profile, and any of you who are YouTubers, testing the possibility of doing some YouTube Live for the church with this that we're doing right now. So those of you who are watching sort of our guinea pigs. Let me see, Ruth. Okay, Ruth, you're listening? Hi, thanks for listening. You're the guinea pigs for some YouTube Live. And also share with me, text me, email me, what are some of the things that you do on YouTube? How do you engage with YouTube? Because I'd like to see that platform grow for us as a way of engaging with the church. All right, cool. Let me give you some upcoming events that you might want to know about, might want to be engaged with. This Wednesday, we're having a meeting, an informational meeting for the web team. Patrick has been solid, integral part, foundational part of our web team. We're about to launch a new website that I'm excited about. And those of you who stood at the table we had in the lobby a couple weeks ago, one of the things we were doing was inviting people to our web team meeting. It's happening this Wednesday. Not sure how many people might show up, but just this is an opportunity for us to see who's out there in the church that might want to be involved with our web team. So I'm excited to see what happens there. If any of you have an interest, we're looking for people who write, do some graphic design, art, director type stuff, and especially the new site is a WordPress site. So anybody out there who knows WordPress, love to have you be a part of that team. What else? This Friday, opportunity for photographers at the church. We've got the MV Kids Joy Choir musical, a thing that the kids' church has put together. Looks like it's going to be very charming and precious and que linda for our kids. So if you're a photographer, you want to come and take some pictures. Ruth, I know you're listening. I know you love taking pictures of kids. So if that's something you want to be there, take some pictures. That would be cool. That's this Friday. Saturday the 23rd. That's not this Saturday. Look at my calendar. Saturday, this is 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today is the next Courtyard Connection. If you've never been to Courtyard Connection, come and check it out. And if you're a photographer, you want to come and take some pictures of Courtyard Connection, it's great for us to have to promote it. Something that the church does every month to welcome new people, give them a chance to get to know new people, and get to know the pastors and stuff like that. There's dinner, so come and eat, take some pictures, hang out. What else? Oh, that same weekend, the 23rd and 24th, is the Team Vineyard Expo. I see what you put there, Ruth. I know you like taking pictures of kids. Team Vineyard Expo. This is an event that was supposed to happen a month ago, and they postponed it. I decided to have our table when it had been originally scheduled for, because I had already scheduled these meetings, and I didn't want to do the table at the end of November and not have something to invite people into a meeting, the photography workshop. Oh, let me say thanks for the photography workshop. That was awesome. Everyone who presented, Jesus, Scarlett, Carol, Jason, thank you so much for making that happen. I think it was a great event. I know we didn't have a huge turnout, but I think it was exciting for the people who were there. I was excited. You guys are awesome. So anyway, that was one of the events that had already been scheduled. I didn't want to have to reschedule events because they moved the expo. So I haven't decided yet if we're going to have a table there. Probably will, and it'll probably be not for the whole team, but for something specific. Maybe for writers. There's a blog we want to have that will be part of our new website. So trying to find a creative way to invite people into something specific on that particular weekend for the expo. So stay tuned. I'll let you know what's going to be happening with that. And one more item for you to get on your calendar: Christmas Eve services. Christmas Eve services are a little unique this year because Christmas is on a Thursday, I think. Wednesday. Christmas is on a Wednesday. So this is what we do. We have regular services Saturday and Sunday, then nothing on Monday, and then I think it's 3 services on Tuesday evening. So regular Saturday night, Sunday morning, nothing on Monday, and then on the 24th, that's Tuesday, we have a couple services in the evening. I do have those times somewhere. I'll get you those times. But just to let you know, for Christmas, especially for photographers, love to capture that. And we typically, not sure, it depends on how they decorate. Sometimes we have some space to put some photo spots in the lobby to help people capture the fact that they were at Miami Vineyard for Christmas Eve. So if that's something we're going to do, and there's anybody out there who wants to bring their creativity and help with that, would love to have some help with that, thinking that out and making that happen. So as we get closer, I'll let you know if there's going to be space for that. Sometimes the decorations that they put in the lobby just eat up all the space and create those spaces for themselves. So we will see about that. All right, upcoming events. At any time during this meeting you got questions, I think you can comment here on the side. Let me see. I am commenting. Yeah, I see it sort of shows up in the live chat feed. You got to be logged in, I think, to YouTube to do that. You can log in. I think you can log in through your Gmail, through your Google account if you have that, but we'll work this out for the future. Or just send me a text. Neebs, I see you. Thank you for the smiley face. You're watching. Awesome. Okay, if you got any comments, let me know, or just take notes and get them to me later. Mark, you're here. Awesome. Thank you, sir. 2 more things for you, and then I will set you free. One, I want to give you a ramp update. Team Vineyard, you know we have this big ramp that is being built out in front of the church. I know it's messy. I know it's muddy. I know things are torn up. We appreciate that. I don't have much of an update to let you know on when this is going to be done, the impact, all that kind of stuff. You might see they've been working on the north side of the street. That is pretty much wrapped up. They're going to be moving to the south side of the street. So they've got the lanes coming west. Now they're going to be working on things going east. I don't know what that's going to mean for us, just more craziness. We are, in case you haven't been at meetings where you've heard this, we do ask all of Team Vineyard, anytime you're there on the weekend, whether you're serving or not, to park on the south side of the street, across the street, not in the Vineyard parking lot, in the parking lots across the street. Hey, Ruth, I see you there. Would like to have a date for. Ooh, let me come back to that in a minute. Let me finish this comment about parking. So anytime you're at the church, if you can park across the street on the south side of the church, there's parking lots over there. You'll see signs, Team Vineyard parking, places you can park. We would love to reserve parking in the church parking lots on both the east and the west side of the church for people who, frankly, are just coming to church. They're not serving, they're not Team Vineyard. Even if you're not serving on the weekend, even if you're just coming to church, if you're a part of Team Vineyard, if you can park on that south side, we've got these great new golf carts, limousine golf carts. I think we just got in 4 or 5 of them that'll be going around, helping you get over from across the street. But that is something that we want to do. Ruth, I see that. Like to have a date for an exhibit of art and photography in the church lobby. That is an interesting thing. I'd love to hear thoughts about that anybody has. Ruth, you've been a part of these. I've never been really a part of something like that, but it seems to me like that would be a good thing to combine with another event that is happening at the church. I don't know how many people we would get out if that was the only thing that was happening. But I'll tell you this, there are 2 events that are coming up in December. There are 2 movie nights. The promote artsy audience. Yes, but I'd love to start off by pairing it with something. So all the weight of the event wasn't on our team to make something happen. And if the church was already open, there was already people coming, and we could have art there that people could enjoy, I think that could be a cool thing. And it might be a real timely thing that you brought this up. There are 2 events happening in December, 2 movie nights. One is on a Sunday night. I'm not sure the date of the other one. We've done these in the summer, movie nights. This is sort of interesting because our series in December is going to be called It's a Wonderful Life. and it's going to be focused on the classic film, the Jimmy Stewart, Frank Capra, It's a Wonderful Life film. We're going to be pulling from the film to talk about things on the weekend. And there's a Sunday night, I think it's the 10th. Let's see. The 8th. I think it's the 8th. Where we're going to be showing It's a Wonderful Life at the church, which is really more of an adult, artsy kind of a thing. And it might be cool if we could have an art exhibit in the lobby on that Sunday night. That might be a really cool thing to do. So let me make a note of that. And here, let me make a note of that. Art exhibit 12/8 during movie night. That might be a really cool thing to go on. So let me explore that. I have a meeting Tuesday with the whole church team, and I'll see if that might be something that we could throw into the mix. But that might be a great opportunity to try that, get it out there, and see how people engage and respond. And that it gives us a month to connect with our photographers and to come up with a way to do some display and that kind of stuff and figure that out. So Ruth or anybody else that is interested in that, let me get some information out to you all on Wednesday about what I found out on Tuesday and see if that's something that the whole team is into opening up for us. Great idea, Ruth. Thanks for always bringing that up. Mark, you're interested? Fantastic. I know you're a fantastic photographer. Okay, cool. Great. Look at this. We're online and we're meeting and we're sharing ideas and we're figuring stuff out. This could work. I'm super excited about this. All right. Great. Jason. I love it. It's happening. It's coming together. All right, sweet. What else? Oh, there was one more event on the calendar, December 7. December 7 is the next baby dedication for you photographers out there that can help out with some pictures. Baby dedication. That's a Saturday night, December 7. All right. All right. Let me give you one more thing. As we have these meetings, I want to be able to also encourage you in your spiritual growth, on your spiritual journey, and love to come back to our Vineyard values, the things that make our Vineyard Church, that sort of define us and make us unique. And I wanted to share something about one of our values. If you're not familiar with our values, you may have not heard them listed, but when I say them, you would go, oh yeah, that's my Vineyard. Like one of our values is we're better together. We believe in diversity. You've seen that. I'm looking at just the faces of people who are watching. You're a diverse group. We love that. Church of the Second Chance is another one of our values. You may have experienced that yourself. I know I've experienced that, just knowing that God forgives me and we can have a second chance. Another one of our values is that we're always growing, is that we always want to be sort of taking another step in our journey closer to God, another step, and not just settling on what we know now or where we know now, but knowing that we will never be able to know the fullness of God if we live to be 1,000 till we get to heaven and we are transformed and we become like him. But here, there's always a little bit more that we can learn about God, always a little bit more that we can know. And he uses that and he brings that into our lives to better equip us to know him and to love the people around us. So this idea of always growing, I want to encourage you in this. And I was reading something this week. I've been reading through the book of Ezekiel, a very strange book in the Bible, and something jumped out at me as something that was meaningful for this idea of always growing. And it was this. You know the story of Ezekiel? He was a priest, and he was, my rollerbladers are home. Come on in, but be quiet. Ezekiel was a priest in the Old Testament for the Israelites, and he lived in an era when the Israelites were taken into captivity. I think it was the Babylonians that took them into captivity, might have been the Assyrians. Regardless, things were not good, and they were taken from their homeland, and they were taken to a foreign land. And this interrupted Ezekiel's spiritual journey of being a priest because they were taken away from the temple. So he couldn't be a priest anymore because he wasn't in the temple anymore. And what the priest did was work in the temple. So it was almost as if his spiritual journey was cut off, was interrupted, and he didn't know what to do with his life. And in this time is when God called him to be a prophet. So I thought this was really interesting that he had this plan. He was working hard to grow, and he was a serious priest. He was serious about serving God and growing. And all of a sudden, this journey he was on seemed to crumble around him. But it was in that place of not knowing what do I do that God showed up and God said, don't worry, you're going to keep growing. I have a plan for you to always be growing. And I know you were planning on being a priest, but what I have for you is to be a prophet. And this is a different thing because to go from priest to prophet, priest is someone who speaks to God on behalf of the people. A prophet is someone who speaks to the people on behalf of God. And this was a big growth step for Ezekiel to take. Leifer, could you close that door, please?
Yep. Hi, everybody.
Thank you. So this was a big step. This was a big growth step. And there, if you read Ezekiel, it's crazy. It required a lot more from Ezekiel to, God called him into some deeper things. But it was just encouraging for me, and I wanted to share that with you. As you get serious about growing, sometimes it feels like I'm on this path and everything has fallen apart. Everything that I thought was doing, God and I were like this, and suddenly circumstances have pulled us apart. But in that moment is when God can go, no, 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 we're not apart. I'm just bringing you into a new thing. I'm separating you from what you were doing so you can focus on something new. God took Ezekiel away from all of his priestly duties so he could give him prophetic duties. And it really was a step up for him. It was giving him an opportunity to know God better so that he could communicate God's love to people in a better way. So maybe that speaks to some of you. I don't know. Hope it's helpful. It's been helpful for me. I'm so thankful that you guys were willing to work with this and log in and do this. And for those of you who weren't able to watch and will watch later, let me know, text me, email me, call me, any questions you have. Super excited about the possibility of this art exhibit on December 8th. Ruth, thank you for promoting that. I'm going to get with the leadership at the church, find out about that. Great. We've got Jason and Mark and Ruth, and I'm sure other people on board to be able to help out with that and do some exhibit. All right. 22 minutes, 44 seconds. Great meeting people. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.